love Team Vasella's fighters, Kyokushin karate monsters, guys like Yuki Yoza, Masaaki Noiri, Takeru Kobayashi, but arguably the most entertaining one is this man, Takumi Terada. If you haven't seen his fight with Taito Gunji, you owe it to yourself to watch them. I'm going to break it down. I'm professional mixed martial arts, 13-3, George Hardwick. Let's get into it. We're going to break down his pad work. So here, he's using a 1-2 left hook and into left hook again, doubling up on the lead side. See how the second left hook here has a slightly deeper angle, loops round slightly more. It's almost like it's going to come behind the glove. A lot of doubling up. It's a bit unpredictable to fire with the same shot twice. Here he's using a big wind up into his body kick. The crowd's going ooh and ahs because it's an open workout. But if we can freeze frame the moment, so he's going left kick, freeze frame the moment, boom. What we see here is a lot of Japanese fighters that don't fully pivot this leg around. Generally, you see Thai fighters, they'll pivot and that heel will be facing towards their opponent and the toes will be facing away. Get a full displacement of the hip. A lot of Japanese fighters, they kick with their toes almost more like 45 degrees out, which sends the kick at this upward angle, 45 degree, which is good for coming up under the elbow. It also means they can get back to a square stance in front of their opponent much quicker. It's a bit more open and it's a bit less defensively sound. But we see a lot of these guys kick, get back to the stance, and throw like 3 or 4 punches really quick, especially coming from that Kyokushin karate background, really using a load up because he's at an open workout. A lot of oohs, ahs, this, that, and the other. We're going to see him hitting pads with someone in a more Transformer Gundam setup with the leg pads. Here, doubling up, tripling up off that lead hand, finding his entry. That kick, only pivoting his foot out about 45 degrees, and there's a little Yoza kick. Really good in close. Here he's kicking with his toes into that back leg. It really displaces people. Hard to do from long range. It's more done in close and it's very hard to defend. One of the things as well, if people brace to check, they turn that left knee out, they can end up with all their weight on that back leg as it gets Yoza kicked. Here he's using that round kick in to spinning back kick. What's really effective about this is as you throw that right kick, so he's here, as he throws that right kick, generally, if you throw a right kick, your opponent is going to move away to their own right, which is going to set them up into this angle for the back kick. A lot of the times, you'll displace the leg, and as they replace it, they're a bit more square than when they started, and that back kick can come right through. Really nice, really close angle, almost more like a Chuck Liddell spinning back kick, and then using his right straight as a padman is up against the wall. There's the man, Masakatsu Watanabe, the ultimate Gundam, and there's an inside calf kick, really nice inside calf kick counter to the left body kick. Good padmen will throw those shots back at you. He's using that inside calf kick to counter the left kick. Here, boom, inside calf. A lot of these guys, they get this really nice angle on an inside calf kick. It's one of those things where you either know what you're doing when you're throwing your inside calf kick, or you're doing it because you're kind of a beginner and you're just bashing your shin into someone else's shin. But on the inside calf kick, you're kind of aiming for the back of the calf, not just going shin on shin. Left hook into right low kick. Classic combination, left body hook into right low kick, because the left hook is going to send their weight onto their left leg so they can't pick it up. Here's from that open workout event again. They're having a kind of Japanese typical CTE maxing spar, dropping his hands. You'll see a lot of the times these Japanese fighters where they're sparring someone that they outmatch, they just drop the hands and move the head around in a way that they never really do in the fight. They're normally just hands glued to the head in the fight. We're seeing a lot of left leg work, really unpredictable left leg work. There's one of the inside calf kicks that here, as his sparring partner, I'm not sure who it is, might be a YouTuber, extends his stance and puts a lot of weight onto this lead leg. He's going to get inside calf kick. The worst time to get inside calf kick because it's going to knock your balance off. Boom. As he extends. It's very hard to throw your 1-2 without extending that lead leg forward. That inside calf kick really, really knocking him off balance. Left hook into left kick. That's a classic kind of Baz Rutten combination. It's not a very common combination, but it's very effective. Left hook to the head into left body kick. Takes a lot of dexterity of the hip to throw it. There's that inside calf kick. Boom. Let's pause it at the right time. Left hook. Going to pick the hand up so he can drive that left kick in. It's also, because he's not pivoting fully out on the standing leg, he can kind of throw it a little bit quicker. But anyway, goes left hook into left body kick, then left hook into right kick as the guy's stance switches. That's something about kicking into the closed side, is you start your combination trying to land a right kick, and it might be against an orthodox fighter. So it doesn't really line up as well. But as you throw your combination, people don't always keep their stance the same way. We saw Pantoja do this against Kai Asakura. There's some big wind-up kicks again. We saw Pantoja do this against Kai Asakura. He'd bull in with a wild left hook into right kick. Kai Asakura also was stood orthodox. But as he bulled in with this left hook, Kai Sakura's stance would fall back into southpaw and the right kick would open up more. There's that big wind-up kick. Lots of oohs and ahs and mms from the crowd. Just general Japanese enthusiasm noises. Some of the best noises. Here he's back again with Masakazu Watanabe. Left hook into inside calf kick and then body kick. Everything builds off everything with this Japanese style pad work. They're not just doing one thing, one thing, one thing. They land a calf kick and then that builds into the calf kick left hook. Very interesting as well, where a lot of these fighters use it from in close. They'll throw a calf kick, whatever it is, and then punch off the same side without necessarily getting their leg to the floor again. Boom, calf kick, and he's going to throw this left hook around as his legs like still in the air. They kind of use that opposite reaction of pulling the leg back, not necessarily to the floor, but just pulling it back to get that extra rotation in the core and wham that into the pad or their opponent. Very Kyokushin style. Right body kick into the open side. You can see a really good pad man. There, same combination again, and it's really good to two-phase off. Good pad man as well. If you're going to throw a right kick, generally they'll step southpaw just to have a better spread on the pad. And again, if you're stood orthodox padding for a right kick and you have to twist across yourself, it's probably not going to be the most comfortable day in, day out padding for these like professional fighters who kick hard as nails. If you're stood orthodox, twisting across yourself, trying to pad that. Boom, calf kicked it. That kind of kick went in between his pad, not very comfortable. And here, just going to finish up with something I love. These fight clips. Saw some of Naoya Inoue. These fight clips where they're in the corner. Go find it on Instagram. They're absolutely amazing. Here he uses his left hook against the southpaw fighter. See, he has to loop it a little bit more to get it around the elbow. And something that's a bit atypical, he's countering the left body kick with the left hook. So normally people will block a left body kick and then fire back with the right straight. It's the most natural counter. But he was kind of letting it turn his body over so he had more of a wind-up into the left hook. Lovely high kick there. But anyway, yeah, there's the left body hook looping around there. He's going to eat, so he throws his kick with the ball of the foot. He's going to eat the right kick and then use it to load up his left hook. Very interesting. Again, a lot of southpaws have that habit of circling to the right. Generally a good habit. You're lining up your own left straight and getting away from their right straight. But if you've got a really good left hook and you're willing to loop it around the guard, there's a lot of good effectiveness you can get. Digging to that body again and again. There he uses like hand push to, glove to glove to get him to move backwards so he can lift that left high kick over. Left high kick can be really good against southpaw fighters as well. They're toe kicking at any angle. This fight is a really, really entertaining one. It's what stands out is the use of the left side, the lead side, even against another southpaw. Because typically people say you fight a southpaw, it's all about the right kick, the right hand. But he's using his left hand, left hook at different levels. It's the closer target, left kick here. Again, there's an advantage of that kick where it doesn't fully turn out and it's kind of the toes are at 45 degrees and it comes up at this angle, is it can kind of peek up under the elbow. And you've got to remember that left kick is still useful against a southpaw because you can still catch the liver, especially if they're reaching out to hand fight. If they reach their hand out, they can open up their liver. So even though it's a kick on the lead side, that's the worst arrow ever. Even though that's a kick on the lead side, it can hit the liver. This opponent, he was just putting his two hands up. But he was using his left hook, his left kick to loop around and find gaps in the guard rather than just bash his right kick into the guard. Not saying that's a bad tactic because it's as old as, I don't know, something very old, GTA 3. It's as old a tactic as that. But, yeah. Anyway, subscribe, follow, let me know who I should break down next. Watch some Takumi Terada, particularly his fight against Taito Gunji.